Squaresoft. Back in the days, before you became Squeenix. You made some good games. You made some bad games. To tell you the truth, not much has really changed. But one in particular stands out. One that many people love to hate. No, many people just hate it. They hate it. They don't like it at all. And I understand that. You know, a horrible draw system that just became tedious. Battles that became, apparently, way too difficult. Honestly, anything can become way too difficult if you don't know what you're doing. Yes, gaming a game might seem like an unfair way, an unfun way to play a game, but what game doesn't get gamed? Right? Think about old Mega Man games. Right? You had to play those so many times that you memorized it by rote until you could finally get through. By the time you'd done that, you could just walk through it. Was that really fun? Or was it more just the accomplishment that, hey, you figured out how the game worked and that you were capable of beating it? Well, you see, I think that's kind of the same thing here. Sure, the game might be way too difficult for some people, but there's always a way around that. Of course, the draw system still kind of sucks. But you gotta look at other elements too. You know, does the game have an amazing story? Yes, it does. Are the controls fluid? Well, it's an RPG, so we can kind of toss that one out the window. Doesn't really matter too much. But are the graphics up to par? Now, this is a PlayStation 1 game. Good old PSX. So, no, the graphics no longer are up to par. We're going back to a generation where 3D games were first becoming popular. Not just even becoming popular, they were first attempted. You know, you got your N64, you got your PlayStation, you had Final Fantasy VII, basically the first 3D RPG, you got games like Mario 64 and Banjo-Kazooie and stuff all coming out around this time. Right? Y2K hadn't even hit yet, guys. Y2K hadn't even hit yet. And yet, for all of its graphical problems, basically the fact that they tried to do realistic style graphics, well, those just don't age well. But at the same time, these cutscenes, of course, right now isn't really the best showcase of what we're capable of here in this game. But seriously, Final Fantasy VIII, you blew my mind graphically. This was way ahead of its time. I'd still say it compares to a lot of PS2 games. Mid to late era PS2 games. For the graphical capabilities and the cutscenes. Top that off with an amazing storyline. Sure, one that might be difficult to understand at first, but an amazing storyline nonetheless. And you've got yourself a great game.